Hello Primary 3, I welcome everybody. This is Teacher Katumba Samuel teaching you mathematics. So please pay attention so that you can grasp what I'm going to explain. So in our previous lesson, we looked at addition of fractions. This time around, we are still looking at the same, only that this one is in word form. So we are going to look at addition of fractions in word form. Addition of fractions in word form. Now, when we are adding in word form, there are some keywords that we need to note. There are some important words that we need to note. These are the keywords. They may talk of sum. They may say find the sum. Find the sum. When they talk of sum, you simply add and get what you call sum. Sum is that answer that you get after adding numbers. So whenever they talk of sum, you will simply add. For example, they may say find the sum of 3 and 4. There we will just do what? Add and get what you call sum. So this one is commonly used. You should note it. Sum means addition. Then they may talk of total. Total. The way you find sum is the same way you find what? Total. That is by adding. We get total by what? By adding. So when they say find the total of a third and 2/3, you will simply add and get what you call total. So this one is also another important word which is commonly used when we are adding in word form. Then we have another word that is altogether. 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 Altogether also means adding. We get all together by adding. All together means total. How do we get them? By adding. So we shall add in order to get all together. So whenever they say how much did they get all together, you simply add and find what you call all together. If they don't use any of these words, still they can use this word. Increase. Increase. They can say increase. They can say increase. To increase also is to do what? To increase is to make it bigger. Add on something. To increase means to add on something. So if they don't use any of these words and they say increase, you simply add and get the increase. You simply get the total. So how do we get increase? How do we increase something? By adding. We increase a number by adding. By doing what? Adding. So these words are very common when we are writing in word form. Sum, let us try to read. Sum, total, altogether, increase. So when you meet this word increase, please don't hesitate to add. Simply add and get the increase. Right? Okay. So let's embark on our topic. Addition of fractions in word form. So we are going to have some examples. And we are going to use these very words. Examples. 1. Find the sum. Find the sum of 3 fifths and a fifth. sum. We shall get the sum by adding. And this is now our keyword. Our keyword is sum. So what do we do? We shall add. When we are adding, we shall start off with the keyword. So you will say sum equals 3/5 plus 1/5. So what do we do? Our sum is going to be, you only add the upper numbers, which we call the numerators. You add the numerators and you maintain the lower number. So it is 3 plus 1. Maintain the lower number. That is the denominator. The denominator is not added. It is just maintained. You get it? So that's very important to note. So our sum is going to be 3 plus 4, 1, 2, 3. When you add 3 plus 1, when you add 3 plus 1, you will end up getting 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 4 out of 5. That is our sum. That is our sum. So when they say find the sum, that's how you can do it. That's how you can do it. Let's have example 2. They may still say find the total. Find the total. Find the total of a quarter and 2 quarters. In other words, add a quarter and what? And 2 quarters. So we are going to add. Our keyword is total. Our keyword is what? Total. So we begin by saying total. Total equals a quarter plus 2 quarters. And our total now is going to be, we only add the upper numbers, which I called numerators. So we shall only add the numerators. 1 plus 2. Then the lower number is just maintained. You simply maintain that number. Because it is the same, we are not going to write 4. We shall only write one figure. So it is 4. And our total is going to be, therefore is going to be 3 quarters, or 3 out of 4. Our total is 3 quarters. So this is our total. That is our total. So whenever you talk of total, you simply add and find the what? The total. So that is it. Let's have another example. This time, we are going to use the word all together. We are going to use the word all together. I walked 3/7 of the journey. 3/7 of the journey in the morning, and 2/7 of it in the in the evening. What distance? What distance? What distance did I cover? What distance did I cover all together? What distance did I cover all together? Let us try to read. I walked 3/7 of the journey in the morning and 2/7 of it in the evening. It stands for the journey. So of it in the morning, then we are saying what distance did I cover all together? So our keyword is all together. Our keyword is what? All together. We said all together means addition, means total. How do we get all together? We get all together by adding. So what are we going to do? We are going to add the first distance covered to the second journey covered. So we shall start off with the key word. So we shall say all together equals 3 out of 7 plus 2/7. Whereby we said we only add the upper numbers, the numerators, and then the lower number is just maintained. So we shall add 3 plus 2. The lower one is just maintained. Don't add it, you only maintain one figure, that is 7. Why do we maintain one figure? These are the same figures. So we only maintain one to represent the other. So this is 5 out of 7. When you add 3 and 2, 3 and 2, you will end up getting 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is 5 out of 7. Our answer is 5/7. 5/7. So all together, you maintain that word. This is all together. All together. All together. So when we talk of all together, you simply add and get what we call all together. So that's very important to note. However, try to make sure that your work is properly organized. Let's have another example. And this is the last example. This is the last example. We are using our keywords that we talked of. The keywords that we talked of. Tom increased the water in the tanker. The water in the tanker, which was 2/8 by 2/8 of the water. How much water? How much water? How much water was in the tanker altogether? Was in the tanker altogether. Let us first read this statement. Total. I wrote total. Sorry. This is Tom. This is Tom. That is Tom. So Tom increased the water in the tanker, which was 3/8 or 3/8 by 2/8 of the water. How much water was in the tank altogether? So what does that mean? There was this water in the tanker, 3/8. That was the fraction of water which was in the tanker. So Tom increased it by 2/8. What does that mean? He added some other water of that fraction, 2/8. And now they are saying how much water was in the tanker altogether. So what does that mean? We have two keywords there in our sentence. We have increased and we have altogether. All these words mean addition. So we shall add. We shall do what? Add. Because of that word increase. We said to increase is to add on something. And then still there is this word altogether. Altogether also requires addition. So we shall start off with this word altogether, which is in our question. Altogether. 3/8. The water which was in the tanker, and then it was increased. They added 2/8, which is still better. So we shall add these ones, the numerators. 3 plus 2/8. 8 is maintained. We maintain the lower number. Don't please add 8 plus 8, but you simply maintain the lower number. You maintain it. Why don't we write 8, 8? It is because these are the same numbers. So we simply write one number to represent the other. So our sum is going to be, this is 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is 5/8, which is 5/8. You can still write this word. You can still write that word. So our answer is 5/8. So this is the amount of water which is in the tank after increasing it. This is the amount of water which is in the tank. So with those examples, we are stopping there. Wait for an activity. Which activity that you should do with a lot of care? Please read and understand the statement. Read and understand the given statement before you attempt to do it. So you can wait for an activity. Thank you.